Throughout the whole year in this channel we talk about different free plugins. You love them, I love them, they're excellent and sometimes they are better than paid ones. So as the last video of 2024, I thought it would be nice to talk about the best free plugins that were released recently. So let's start. Now if you like free plugins, maybe you can also like this video. That was very lame, but seriously, that means the world to me, thank you so much. I know that Supermassive is not new. In fact, I consider it to be old, but it keeps being updated, and in the last few weeks we got new modes for the delay reverb algorithm. I think they sound so good and they are so unique that they're worth to mention on this video. One of the new modes is Leo, which sounds very dense and it can give you a very big and lush kind of reverb. And on the other hand, Virgo is completely the opposite. It's a very low diffusion kind of sound, even for the reverb. Finally, we have Pleiades, or Pleiades, I don't know how to say it, which is the most dense reverb. Of course, as a delay, it also sounds very good. Next up we have a synthesizer, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it because I have a whole video explaining what it does. It's called Cyclops, it's made by Dawson, and it's a mixture of resynthesis with FM. It has a lot of different parameters and features to create very complex and crazy kind of sounds. Besides that, the effects are excellent and you can even drag and drop the sounds that you make into your project or into the resynthesis engine. It seems that 2024 was the year of the filter tables. I mean, we have Kilohertz filter table, E1 Bistro freaky table, and EXP filter table. This last one has a free version that's very capable on its own. The difference between Kilohertz and EXP is that the latter uses images instead of wavetables. I'm sure it has something to do with light and darkness data on the image, but to be honest, just play around with it. It has many interesting presets to choose from, or you can even choose your own images. I mean, you can take a picture of your face to see how it's going to filter the sound. On the more traditional side of effects, I wanted to mention Magic 7 by Wave Alchemy. This is an emulation of the Bricasti M7 and has all the presets that you can find on that reverb machine. This hardware unit is one of the most famous reverbs out there, and actually my favorite reverb is also an emulation of it. Now I think this one is convolution, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're a reverb nerd, you may know that many reverbs use some sort of modulation, so each time the reverb is triggered, it's going to sound different. I mean, the difference is subtle, but the result is more natural. Still, Magic 7 sounds excellent, and it has every type of reverb that you might need. I'm going to give away presets for different free plugins for my channel members and also for my patrons, so consider joining which platform you like the best. Thank you so much. Next plugin was released today, I mean the day I'm recording this. It's called MS3 by Mensla. This is a wave shaper synthesizer. That means that the shape that you create right here is going to be an oscillator, and it has different parameters such as filters, envelopes, and even some nice effects. Acoustic Audio is known for two things. One is making plugins that are really CPU hungry, and two, their analog emulations are some of the best in the market, which explains a little bit of the CPU usage. Not so long ago, they released an emulation of the Jupiter 8, which sounds excellent. and they recently released a smaller version of that, but the size doesn't matter because the sound is great. It has one oscillator, one filter, one envelope, and an LFO. If you want to apply effects, you have to do it after the plugin. The filter have different modes like ladder or SVF, and it sounds pretty good. Now I'm preparing a video for the DH8 where I'm going to also be doing some comparisons with other emulations. You know I love acoustic drum plugins, and you also know that I use them to make heavy, smashing and punchy drums. So Soft Drum Slide by Somerville is exactly not that. This is a brush-based drum plugin, and that means that sounds more intimate, more quiet, but still sounds very nice. What I like about it is that the samples are great and the velocity layers are very well programmed. It can give you a very expressive kind of sound with a very human feel to it. Now going back to crazier sound design type of plugins, we have Waaaaaarp by Baby Audio. It's basically a time stretcher with two parameters. This is a to-the-point type of plugin, as well as the next one, Obliterate by Newfangled Audio. I think Obliterate is a mixture of OTT with filters and distortion. It works with two filters and it has a very interesting XY control, so you can set the type of the filter. Not only that, it has this obliteration parameter, which is going to distort the signal even beyond. Now, if we are talking about sound destruction, warping and everything else, I have to mention EB Dione. This is One Bistro's latest plugin, a spectral kind of sampler. You load any sample you want and let this thing do its magic. Now you have to know that this is a plug data plugin. That means that you have to load out plug data, and inside plug data you load out this plugin. Plug data is also free, so there's no excuse. Now I'm not sure how this works. I think it's some sort of a spectral granular thing. So in these cases for me it's better to just use it and experiment. It has an OTT compressor, and actually when you go to the playback mode, you have more parameters to control everything, even the OTT. At the bottom we have the 3 bands of the OTT, and above them we have a knob to introduce tape effects, like distortion, warble, and flutter. One Bistro makes excellent spectral plugins, and each one is going to give you weird and unique results. Most of them are free, but of course consider supporting him, and also consider supporting the different developers I've mentioned today. And not only that, of course, consider supporting every free plugin developer. They make an excellent job, and it's crazy that they are gifting all of these tools for free. So let me know what you think in the comments, Happy New Year, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!